Washington, AP, when Representative Maxine Waters urged people to stay on the street in the pursuit of justice for George Floyd, advocates for racial equity and an end to police violence heard a leading black voice in the nation's long march toward civil rights. But detractors, including the judge in the case against Derek Chauvin, criticized Waters' push for a guilty verdict as incendiary, momentarily diverting attention away from the white police officer accused in the death of Floyd, who was black, and onto the words of the Congresswoman. Chauvin was found guilty Tuesday of murder and manslaughter. As the action and reaction ricocheted around social media, and on endless cable television loops as the jury deliberated, it was an all-too-familiar call and response, a politically fraught exchange that has played out throughout much of America's troubled racial history. People are concentrating their fire on Maxine Waters in a moment where a police officer is on trial for murdering a man, said Leah Wright-Rigueur, the Harry Truman Professor of History at Brandeis University. They're calling for law and order, she said, but the whole idea of what people are rebelling against, and historically have rebelled against, is the idea of law and order when it is applied unfairly and unjustly. Waters, a Democrat from California, has long been a galvanizing figure, speaking boldly for racial justice in communities across the country and showing up, just as she did at the suburban Minneapolis police station ahead of jury deliberations in Chauvin's trial. Waters told the crowd Saturday night that she wanted to see a murder conviction against Chauvin for Floyd's death. When asked what should happen if Chauvin wasn't convicted on murder charges, she replied, "We got to stay on the street. We've got to get more active. We've got to get more confrontational." Chauvin's attorney swiftly moved for a mistrial in light of Waters' comments. Judge Peter Cahill denied the defense motion Monday, but he called it disrespectful to the rule of law and to the judicial branch for elected officials to comment on the outcome of the case. Abhorrent, he said. The term, Maxine Waters, skyrocketed on Facebook and Instagram after her comments, according to data from CrowdTangle, a Facebook-owned tool that tracks public insights on the social media platforms. On Monday and Tuesday, as the jury deliberated, public Facebook posts naming the Congresswoman received several million more total interactions than posts naming Chauvin. Posts about Waters also appeared frequently in Facebook discourse about the trial in general. In a public search Tuesday, videos shared by conservative commentators were among those with the most interactions. Leading Republicans on Capitol Hill criticized Waters' remarks, some taking to Fox News and social media themselves as debate churned. Some particularly criticized her call for confrontation.